Welcome to day 8 of our JuNEWary challenge 2024, working on Karen Marshall-Say's piece The Lade. Some familiar territory today. It's marked up a tempo, so we are back into our speed, whatever your speed was that you were doing before yesterday's slightly more genteel rubato and the slow down. Boom, we're back in now. Let's play it for you first and see where you recognise it from. Recognise it from the beginning. Yes. So this first line is almost identical to the first line of the piece. So starting at bar 33, we have the left hand. So we're going to really think about that phrasing. Yum ba-dum, so it all belongs. All belonging together, and then the next part. So that's all the same so far, but what the left hand is about to do is our new part. The left hand leaps over. Well, it did that in line 1, so that's comfy. It's going to play 3 notes in a row. Now, the sound is actually going to be 4 notes in a row because the right hand comes up to take the final A. Okay. Now I did play around with, well, why don't I just do all that in my left hand? But there's a reason that Karen's put it where she has. She's written it in the other hand. And it serves a couple of purposes. One is it brings my right hand up because it's been down here and it's going to be needed up here in a moment. So it brings it up. It's a stepping stone on the way up to the next octave up. And also gives me that last important note with a nice finger 2 rather than a 4 at the end of my left hand. So it actually serves a lot of purposes. So, okay, then we are very similar to line 2 at the beginning of the piece, apart from that we're up an octave. So the left hand leads in, which is exactly the same as bar 5, but up an octave. Oh, almost, I tell a lie, it's almost the same as bar 5. So bar 5 went back to a D, and this bar is going, putting the F in, keeping us on our toes so that we don't get to, I can't think of the word, brain's gone blank, but to whatever that word is that you know I'm trying to think of. So, next bar. Left hand C, G, coming into the top hand. Remember, we're going to place 3, 2 and 1. Okay, and that is like bar 6. Then we go into this third bar marked up mezzo piano. The left hand has the G and the D, and then our thumb is going to get ready on an E. So 4, 2, thumb on an E here. Okay, so when we did this back on day 1, it was an octave and a fifth. It went all the way up to a G. We're in a different space now, so G, D just as far as the E. And then it's written up in the treble clef, but I think it's beautiful and easy for the left hand to come in with an octave and a fifth, A, E, A. And actually, although my thumb was here, the lower notes have only moved up 1 string. So my thumb is playing the melody. So if I just go back a bit, what that enables me to do then is just 4 notes in a row in the top hand. It's a 5-note run, A, B, C, D, E, 5-note run. But if my left hand's okay. Now, if you want to be very picky with me, you could argue, well, you've done that as a tarium, which means that the A came after the previous 2 left-hand notes, or the notes written underneath that are the tari, and it should be, okay? if you want to play it like that, go for your life. I know that the way I play it, it's going to be a carry-on with that thumb at the top. And I think Karen will forgive me. So that part, that line, let's do from bar 37. Okay, shall I count you in with me? I'll count it. If you want to join in, you can, or you can just hear it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jumping down to a bass A there as well in the left hand. Okay, so lots of familiarity, but watch out so that we don't get complacent. That's the word I was after. That's what we're doing. So have a play with it, enjoy. When you feel like you're getting it, join me on the play along video later today to try it at whatever speed is comfortable for you so that you're making sure you get that timing right. Big things with this, have I got the consistency of sound that we worked on day 1? Yum ba dee da da. I'm not saying the right notes, but that flow so that our listeners, our audience, our cat, our dog, our parrot, they don't know which hand's playing. Yeah, they can watch for sure, but they don't hear a difference because, oh, that's one hand playing and that's a different hand playing and they sound different. So have we got that consistency? And then have we got the connection of that right hand melodic part? So, bum, ba-dum. Does it lead to the E because we've placed nicely to it? Or have we forgotten to place, and do we get... I mean, it's subtle, but I can hear it. I promise you I can hear it. And if you record yourself doing it perhaps and try the different ways, see if you can hear the difference. Dum, ba, dum, ba-da-dum. Different. Okay, so those are your kind of aims with it still keeping the flow, that feeling of, oh yes, back to my speed, my tempo that I started the piece at. And we're getting very close to the end. Join me on the play along videos, and then tomorrow is a rest day where you can put everything together again. Please note that doesn't prevent you having put things together yourself. Please do be playing it through generally and adding it into the mix. But it'll be a video that you can do that with and just have that backup support as well. All right, keep it going. Well done.